Well, some big changes now. I'm declaring it done below the water line. Although, well, I haven't painted under the bunks, but I have to read up on how to, properly lift and cradle a boat, and that's not a big deal. I can do that in the early next spring if I have to. That fiberglass patch went really well. I decided to wire wheel and wipe down and paint the dagger board. It was looking kind of rusty. And while I was doing the patch, I took a really good look all over the underneath, and as I kind of suspected, see if we can, I don't know if you can see that, there was some cracking both front and back of the dagger board trunk. So I repaired them with fiberglass, just layers, up into the trunk and around, and then across, just doubled that up. And that went well. And I'm done with fiberglass now. It turns out the cracks on that compression post weren't really cracks in the compression post. It was the fiberglass lifting. So I got rid of that stuff, made sure I was down to glass on the boat and good bare wood, and then I built that up and then wrapped it with cloth, like 1.5 times around, and then again with a taller piece. And the inside where the trunk mates with the hull, there was a bunch of cracking there, so I ground that down, and that cracking was just in the, I don't know, fairing or gel coat, whatever you want to call it. And then I just built that up with some layers of fiberglass. And all I'm going to do with the freeboard and the top sides is just wax. It won't bring it back to the nice factory gloss, but it'll help protect it. See what else? Oh, that what I mistakenly thought was the transducer is called a garboard drain. Turns out that the skeg is hollow, and that's really the true bilge of the boat. But I'm glad I pulled the old one out because it was pretty weathered, and the sealant looked like it was done. So for $7 I put a new one in. There is a little bit of, there's a few little chips, things like that, but it's really not pressing. Now, while I was peeling the tape off from the paint, I don't know if you can see, I gooped a bunch of sealant there. This scupper drain from the cockpit has a huge crack. It's cracked all the way around. And when it rains, I've been getting quite a bit of water in the boat, and more than I would have thought you should. And I couldn't see how it was coming in the hatch, like all of it. It came with like a snap-on hatch cover. But I see this drain, and I think what's been happening is when it rains, all the water from the cockpit, I think half of it wasn't coming out the drain, it was going into the boat. So I'm going to change that, and actually I'll change all of them. They're all really, really weathered. And this one is the drain for the submersible bilge pump. There's a plumbing vent, and then there's an alternate outside drain for the sink. So, I mean, things are going great. I haven't touched the plumbing or the wiring. I haven't disinfected the cabin or anything like that. That's not a high priority. And lastly, ta-da, I've claimed her and named her. She's my boat now. My paternal ancestry up until 1861 is Polish, and in early Polish folklore, like pre-Christianity, Willa is a water sprite, lived primarily in rivers, and I'll be sailing her, in the Capel River drainage. Most commonly described as dressed in either a white or a blue flowing dress. My boat's white and blue, and she could control the local weather. So if you treat her with respect, life is good. You don't, well, And I thought that a good name for a small sailboat, because if you treat the weather with respect, life is good, and if you disrespect the weather, you might have an unplanned adventure. But so that's where we're at. Next up, the mast. Looking forward to that. So as they say, onwards and upwards, eh?